if you guys remember, the rulers are bullshit. They get a reaction to literally every fucking thing that we do. So what I'm gonna do, because our man's General Quarters, Soul Shitter Fuck Murder, has like 82 aim with the tracer rounds, I'm gonna put him on Overwatch. Now the ruler's gonna get a reaction, and that's some bullshit. That is exactly what I was hoping would not happen.
Took some damage here.
But them's the breaks. That did not go exactly the way that I planned, but that's alright, we'll make it work. We'll make it work. And Shinigami, Stefan, first time chatter, says, yo, on live stream, I only ever get to see YouTube vids usually. Well, Shinigami, or maybe I should just call you Stefan. We've actually not been streaming for a couple of weeks because of network issues. I'm taking a risk even though we're still seeing some network problems and trying to stream today anyway. But yeah, we're always glad to have folks coming over from the YouTube lands. That's where the VOD is. That's essentially the archive for anybody that isn't able to catch us live, but we're always glad to welcome folks from the YouTube lands as they make it over to the live content. So good to see you. Glad to have you. Hopefully the weekend is treating you well. Alright, we were saving Overdrive, chat, and this is exactly what we were saving it for. I was gonna use explosives to try to strip the armor off of this Viper King, but he's now just made that a very difficult prospect. So, here's what I think we're gonna do. I think we're gonna move around to a different angle. It's not gonna give us a flank, which is kinda what I want. Yeah? But I want to make sure that we get a decent shot at this snake so that we can try to free our mans. And Troubleshooter gifted us sub to Shinigami Stefan. Thank you, Troubleshooter, for the gift and sub, and Stefan, welcome to the cult of bad tactical decisions. Where, of course, as always, we only have one flavor of Kool-Aid, but it is Ecto Kool-Aid. Use the new ability. What was your new ability? Oh, that was the chip away? We could use that. The thing is, it takes 2 ammo, so we're gonna have to reload you in order to use that. That's okay, though, because you do have 1 free reload. Alright, so here's what I think we do. I think we use 1 of your 3 actions to move up here. Oh, lovely. That's literally the worst possible thing that could have happened.
Menace 1-5, you're near the target.
It's okay, it's okay. Just hold what you got. Hold what you got.
Who's got a med kit?
Don't worry about it. We're working on it. Okay, now. We use the free reload.
I'm here.
Which is not going to take 1 of the 3 actions. Now we use chip away to get rid of that armor. It's also going to do 7 to 9 damage, which is good.
I cannot believe this. That one hurt a little.
EW. EW. My man. My man. And Jugiman says, you are your family members in the armed forces by any chance? Your language gives some hints that direction. I am a military brat. Yes, I actually come from a long line of military tradition. And I myself was going to go into the military as well. I initially planned to go into the Marine Corps. Unfortunately, I injured myself in high school, like my senior year of high school, and that's what kept me out of the service, sadly. But yeah, most of my childhood I planned to join the military as well, so I am definitely of the military persuasion. I'm also a military nerd. I enjoy military games, I enjoy military strategy, I enjoy military history, so yeah, it's... I may not have served, but I am very much on the same mental wavelength as a lot of folks that have. And Stefan deciding to continue their sub from Troubleshooter. Well, thank you, Stefan. Of course, if you spend any amount of time in and around my vicinity, you're probably gonna catch a collateral gift sub or two. That's just the way my people are. I tell them not to do it, but it happens. It happens. I can't stop it. Let's see. Since, you know, our man that was like, oh yeah, let's use the anti-armor ability, and then he was like, whiff, fucking EW out here whiffing the shot to save our man. Are you gonna hit on the 90 this time? Okay, there we go. You did in fact hit, which is good. Now the ruler's gonna get a reaction because the rulers are bullshit. Thanosi, I just want to apologize in advance if you end up dying as a result of this. The Berserker King is bullshit for its own entire host of reasons. The Viper King is bullshit for exactly what you see right here. Because even when you hit them and get them off of one of your people, they immediately get a reaction move and then bind you again. So, like, all the alien rulers are bullshit for their own very specific reasons. This is why the Viper King is bullshit. Unfortunately, there's not a lot that I can do to save you. Other than just attack this motherfucker. That's the problem. It's nothing personal. I was trying to avoid this exact scenario, but you can't. I could heal him, Virgin, but if I do, it's gonna heal the ruler as well. So it's one of those things where it's like, if I try to help, I'm helping him. And so no matter what and if I move in his vicinity, he's gonna get a reaction. He's gonna do more damage to Thanosi. So, like, just trying to get into a position where I can do something is probably gonna get Thanosi killed. And that's the most frustrating thing about this. Because, like, if I take the shot, I could potentially do a lot of damage. But if I hit him, the ruler gets a reaction. If I miss, the ruler gets a reaction. If I move closer to give myself better accuracy, the ruler gets a reaction. So, like, no matter what I do, this ruler is going to hit our mans again. And again, it's very frustrating. It's very, very frustrating. Whoops. And unfortunately, Jotun is using a flamethrower, so if we try to hit the leader with the flames, it's just gonna kill Thanosi anyway. Yeah, and that's the other problem. He gets reactions on reactions. It's kinda bullshit. Ormagoden, I don't necessarily have a favorite military time period because I'm not really a fan of war. I believe it's worth studying, but I would say probably the most interesting time that I have studied has been the warlord era of China in the 1920s to 30s, right in the lead up to World War II. It was a very interesting time in military history because there were so many factors in that area at that time. It kind of made it a melting pot of different strategies, different leadership styles, different armies, different ways of fighting war. It was a very interesting time as far as warfare is concerned. And honestly, I gotta thank one of my friends for that because I played in a campaign where he wanted us to create characters for that era. It was basically a historical D20 campaign. And so on his prompting, I went and read up on the warlord era of China, and yeah, it's a very interesting time period. Oh yeah, for sure, King Panzer. I think I've talked about it a little bit before. Originally, I planned to go in the Marines. Well, okay, that's not fair. Originally, I planned to go into the Air Force, but because I have astigmatism, and you have to have, or at least at the time, you had to have 20/20 unassisted vision in order to fly anything with a turbine engine, i.e. a jet. It was either the Air Force or the Marines. At least in the Marines, you didn't have to have 20/20 unassisted, so by going Marines, there was the potential that I might be able to get behind an airframe. At least that was my thinking at the time. Because I really wanted to fly, like, planes. I still do, but obviously my life just hasn't really gone that way. What do I want to fly? Nothing in particular. I mean, I've always wanted to fly anything, but I mean, obviously I grew up watching Top Gun, so I was a huge fan of the Tomcat, but I would have flown anything they let me, well, phrasing. I would have flown anything they let me grab the stick on. But yeah, F-18, F-16, F-15, 14, whatever, didn't matter to me. Did not matter to me. Anything that they would let me fly, I would have been happy with. Anyway, chat, we gotta try to think of a way to save Thanosa here. I mean, it's very unlikely that we're gonna save our mans, and that makes me unhappy. It makes me extremely unhappy. Okay, Thanosi, I apologize, because like I said, the ruler's probably gonna get a reaction, and you're probably gonna die as a result. But if I can get Koloski in here close with a shotgun, we might be able to put some hurt on this guy. So I'm gonna run and gun.
Move into fire position.
I'm gonna get right up on this fucking donkey, and we are gonna put some buckshot right into the back of his head. Or I guess the front of his head.
Already there. Slide down.
Fuck. Again, Thanosi, I apologize. There's just not a whole lot that can be done. Once the ruler gets a hold of you, it's very, very difficult to stop them from killing you. And I fucking hate that shit. I really do. Because, like, so with the Berserker, there are things you can do to mitigate the Berserker. There are things you can do to mitigate the Archon. There are even things that you can do to mitigate the Viper King, as long as they don't already have one of your people. But once he grabs one of your people, that's pretty much it. There's not a whole lot that you can do. And really fucking pisses me off. So Thanosi, I apologize. We should have done better. It makes me sad. It really does. But hopefully Koloski is going to avenge you here. With a big critical and a flanking shot. And of course, the ruler reaction gets their bullshit again.
We have to stop that thing. Don't let
But
it
he's
escape.
summoning the gate, which is a good thing. That means he's trying to get out. I wish I could take a shot at him, but I think we're just gonna let him go this time. Because we've burned through most of our people's turns, there's not a way that we can put the damage on him that we need to kill him. The issue is, one, Track Tension and Jotun are the only ones that have any moves left this turn, and if I move, he's just gonna get a reaction and run to the gate anyway. So there's nothing that we can do this mission.
Let me in.
You will be avenged, Thanosi. Believe, trust and believe. You will be avenged. I'm not letting that shit go. And Brewster Buffalo, I see you. I see you buying yourself in. I don't have my notebook at the desk right now, but I will add it. I'll tell you what, Brewster, just to remind me, so I don't forget at the end of the stream, ping me on the Discord. Just do it in the lounge. Just ping me in the lounge of the Discord and remind me to add you to the list. And I'll see it after the stream is over. Yeah, don't worry, Thanosi. You will be avenged. It may not be on this particular op, but you will be avenged. Grindler, why are you asking me right now where you are on the... I just said I don't have the notebook at my desk. I don't know where you are. I'd have to look. Actually, you know, do I have? Maybe I have the... Oh, look, I do. I do have the notebook. I just don't have a pen. Shit. Hi, hold on. I got the notebook. Let me look. Don't worry, the avatar is gonna go crazy. Grindler, you are actually the next person on the list. So, I mean, with the unfortunate situation with the Nosi, it looks like you might be getting in a little earlier than you thought. Anyway, we gotta reposition a little bit better. Because we not only have Advent Troopers in the building, we also have some Vipers bringing up the rear along with the Sectoid Commanders, so that we could be dealing with a little bit more trouble than we have already. Like, things are already a little bit rough, but I have a feeling they're gonna get a little rougher. I'm gonna go ahead and chuck a grenade, not only to do a little bit of damage to this trooper, but also to see if we can blow up the wall and try to remove some of their cover. And then Jotun... Actually, Jotun can get very, very close. The only problem is he's gonna be flanked from this direction, which I'm not terribly fond of. But technically, he could be flanked from almost any direction I put him in. Jotun, how much health do you have? You've actually got a decent amount of health. Is there a way for me to get you up close and personal while not leaving you exposed, is the question. I don't think that there is. Because I could put you here, but you're not gonna... I don't think you're gonna be close enough to do any damage from here. What is the range? Doesn't say. Shit. Because we could move here. This will give us a good shot at this trooper. The only problem is, it leaves him open to a flank from here. It also leaves him open to a flank from over here if they move in closer, which they're probably gonna do. Well, what I was hoping, Virgin, is that in the event that they take a shot, because he's so far away, hopefully they miss. But if they don't miss, my hope is that he'd be able to tank the hit. But it doesn't look like either of those is going to be a possibility. So what I'm going to do instead, I'm going to move him up here, and we'll see about going in the door next turn. We'll kick in the door next turn. Okie dokie. Wow. Fuck your full cover. This is why I hate baseline Vipers. Fucking baseline Vipers are such a pain in the ass. Are you fucking kidding me? What the? What the shit was that?
They're shifting their attack. Taking heavy damage.
Chet, you saw all that just now, right? Like, just to make sure I wasn't imagining things? So remember how I was saying before that these missions can go from cakewalk to shit show in a hurry? Because this is exactly what I was talking about when I said that. Also, I'm pretty sure I had medkits on like all but one person, and for some reason I'm only seeing medkits on like 2 fucking people. Oh, chat, this is going badly. It's going extremely badly all of a sudden. Alright, so we could run up here, but we're gonna be flanked. I think we get Jotun and... Jotun, my friend, what have you... You've got a shot on just about everybody. Only problem is with the flamethrower, he's not gonna be doing a lot of damage with a flamethrower. It's really meant to be damage over time. So what I can do is I can move Kolowski down here to potentially take out this Viper. The only issue with that is we still got 2 other enemies in the vicinity and he's down to 4 health and we don't have a way to heal him. So that's a huge fucking problem. And our man's is down to 6th health and he's standing in poison. Yikes. It's well documented that snakes and planes don't mix. This is true. This is true. As the great prophet Samuel L. Jackson once opined. Okay. We don't have a flank on anybody here. If we move here, we do, though. So we can potentially just hop the wall, give ourselves a little bit better cover. We've immediately got a flanking shot on this guy. If we get a good crit, we might even be able to get a kill. Okay, that was not a good hit, but it's something. Just trying to think here. I apologize, chat. I'm taking my time here. I'm trying to think. Because I don't know if Jotun will be able to hit from here with his flamethrower. My hope is that he can, but if I put him here, he's flanked. Like, I know he can hit from here, but he's flanked if I put him here. We could potentially move EW. Sadly, like, none of them are together in such a way that I could, you know, like, what I want to do is use explosives to take him out. But none of them are really in a position for me to hit more than one target. So we need to reload anyway. Part of me says just grenade this guy to guarantee the kill. And then reload so we're primed on the next turn. The blast canister may reach. I'll tell you what. I really wish that it would tell me. Like, I wish I could mouse over this and it would tell me what the range on the weapon is. I really, really do. Alright, chat, we're gonna save. I don't normally save scum, but because, like, I should know what the range on the flamethrower is. That I don't is extremely frustrating. So I'm gonna do this, and if Jotun can't reach from there, I'm gonna reload. And you know me, I don't like to save scum, but I will save scum for incomplete or false information in the interface. Actually, if I just do it... Okay, hold on, chat. And FN Frosty first time chatter says, thanks for the sub to Sierra. Well, thank you for joining us, FN Frosty. And of course, thank you, Sierra, for the gifted sub. And FN Frosty, welcome to the cult of Bad Tactical Decisions. And of course, welcome to the stream on a Saturday. I hope the weekend is treating you well. We're always glad to see new folks dropping by. So here's what we can do, chat. we can use this to figure out how far the range is, right? So if I was gonna shoot here, I've essentially got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? It looks like 8. So if we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it doesn't look like if we were doing it from here or here, either way, it doesn't look like we're gonna have enough range. If so, it's gonna be right on the edge. Like, if we're able to hit him, it's gonna be right on the edge of his effective range. Because, like, from here, we got 1, 2, 3, 4 squares. And we're only moving forward 3 squares, because we're going 1, 2, 3. So, we're gonna be, like, right on the edge. We're not gonna be able to hit him. So that means we're gonna have to use EW, which means we grenade, and then we reload. Oh yeah, you're right. I forgot the grenade fucking ends the turn. Good call on that. Good call on that, Brewster. Reload first, then grenade.
Ready.
Now we grenade this donkey just to get him off the field. Excuse me? No. Fire the grenade.
Grenade out.
Alright, there we go. That takes care of him. So I think what I'll do is I'll move you out and around the back here, which I know is a little bit dangerous, but my thinking is if I can distract these two by potentially putting a flank on them, that might get them to leave our guys over here alone so that we can focus on the sectoid and the Viper.
Headed there now.
Because the only way we're going to win this at this point without losing anybody else is if we split their attention. I guess that, in my mind, that's pretty much the only way to do this. Are you immune? Because... oh, fuck's sake. Alright, fine. I'll fucking grenade this donkey to get rid of his armor. How about that? Except the shield ate it all. Awesome. Alright. Now, the thing to do with Kolowski, that's the big if. That's the big if. Because Kolowski could potentially get over here and save general quarters. However, he is extremely vulnerable right now. But if I run him up here to try to take cover from the Advent troopers, he's just going to be flanked by the Vipers and the sectoids anyway. And if I leave the sectoid alone, we run the risk of EW getting mind controlled and then us not having anybody close enough to the sectoid to deal with it. So as much as I don't like this move because it exposes 2 of our people to danger, we have to deal with the sectoid. It's a huge fucking threat. Or maybe we don't. Maybe we just pull in. I mean, do we abandon general quarters to the Viper? Just to save Kolowski? Because anyway you slice it, it's a shitty situation. Because we could potentially get Kolowski, like, way back here. Or maybe send him over towards Track Tension, since Track Tension has a med kit. Basically send him over here to try to get some heals. And hope that they don't try to go for a flank on us. Again, it's kind of a shitty situation no matter what we do. Alright, let's get Kolowski out of there. Let's not turn 1 casualty into 2. Or 2 into 3. Alright, there's our sectoid commander. And you're going to... Are you really? Are you fucking serious, XCOM? Through full cover, no less. Through full fucking cover, no less. Like, we literally pulled Kolowski out and put him in full cover. And the game was just like, actually, fuck you and fuck cover. None of that matters. I mean, we are really getting XCOM today. Good God. And that was just a straight up kill. That's not even a bleed out. Like, we have all these upgrades and everything to stop people from bleeding out. Game's like, nah. Nah. Just fuck you. Just straight up fuck you. Like, really, game? I'm a little salty about that one, Chad. I'm actually really salty about that one. Because there's pretty much nothing we can do to save our mans. I want to save General Quarters, but there's nothing we can do. He's down to 3 health. He's gonna get bound again by the Viper, which is gonna do 2 damage. And then he's gonna get poisoned again, which is gonna do 1 damage. So now he's basically dead. There's nothing we can do. Like, I could potentially try to shoot at him. We've got a 60% chance to hit. If we hit, we might get a kill, and if we don't get a kill, that might free him. But then he's still on super low health, and the Viper can just immediately... He can just immediately rebind him. It's... Hey, man, this makes me mad. Alright. If we move here, we don't really have any decent shots at anybody. I'd be tempted, Jotun, but unfortunately, that's not how we do things here. That is not how we do things here. Unfortunately, we take the Ivan Drago approach. If they die, they die. I don't like it. It makes me unhappy. But at the same time, if I just go save scumming every time the game screws me, then there's basically no stakes. And trust me, the game is going to continue to screw me. Every chance it gets from now until we either win or fail the campaign. So, don't worry. Like, if you thought that was bad, you ain't seen nothing yet. XCOM is capable of significantly worse. I mean, we need as many guns on the field as we can get, and this is the problem, is, like, we got Jotun, who's great as support, but the flamethrower doesn't do enough damage to be a primary weapon in this case. So, like, I'm not gonna be able to do the damage that I need to do to this Docky to kill him. EW is the only one that could potentially save General Quarters, and even then, we're not guaranteed to save him. We might just be delaying the inevitable, and then we got Track Tension, who, you know, there's nothing wrong with Track Tension, but he's also a rookie, so his utility is gonna be limited. I think we gotta try to take the shot to save General Quarters, because if we don't save him, we're probably gonna have to pull out from this mission. But 60% chance is really bad. Like, really fucking bad. Especially against a Viper. Let's try it. Come on, AW. Oh my god, you've gotta be fucking kidding me. Again, XCOM gonna XCOM. That was pretty much the only chance we had to save General Quarters, and you blew it. You blew it, EW, again. For the second time in the same mission, you blew it. And this is the worst part, is like I can't even move fucking track tension into a decent position because, like, his movement is limited. He can't even get to where Jotun is right now in a single move. And everywhere that I can move him, he's flanked. So, like, I literally can't even move him to a position that would be useful. And it's not his fault. It's just, like, the way that this is, I can't move him to a place where he would actually be useful at the moment. It's very, very frustrating. Oh, you say that, General Quarters. This is a black site. We pretty much gotta do it. Alright, Jotun. If we put you here, can you still see this donkey? You can. Alright.
On my way.
So then we can torch this dude, which probably isn't even gonna get rid of his shield. Okay, I got rid of the shield and set him on fire. Now, we could... I mean, this is the problem with taking rookies into any mission this late in the game. Is you pretty much, like, he got nothing. He's got a 37% chance to hit this dude. He got a 28% chance to hit the other guy. And we're all out of grenades, so not much to be done about that either. And, like, I don't even know if it makes any sense to move into full cover, since clearly the Viper and the Sectoid Commander don't seem to give a shit if you're in full cover. Like, they're gonna fucking hit you anyway.
On the move.
I mean, it ain't great. We'll take 28%. Yeah, I didn't think we were gonna get anything. Yeah, feel free to just burn to death, you fucking scumbag. Yeah. And that's what I was afraid of. Loading, please. This is very, very modded. Extensively modded. Yeah, our mans is getting tag teamed here. This is like a worst case scenario here. Sorry. Jesus Christ.
They're all over me.
Okay, so General Quarters isn't dead, he's just bleeding out. And we got one man here flanked, we got another man here that can't do shit. We got another man here who's at 1 health. All in all, this is about as shitty a situation as we could possibly be in. And the problem, that no offense to Jotun, but the flamethrower is not really, like... It's a great support weapon. It's not a pull out an amazing long shot victory weapon. Like, the flamethrower does... no. The flamethrower is a lot of fun. You ain't gonna win a mission like this with a flamethrower. Like, I can even try to take the high ground, but that doesn't, like, it doesn't really give us anything useful. Because EW is pretty much dead at this point. Because we still got a Viper here. We still got a Viper here. We got the Second Commander here. We got the Shotgun Dude here. Like, EW's dead. Period. The end. EW is fucking dead. I mean, you could get in range to heal EW. The only problem is, in order for me to do that, I gotta put you in danger. And you're not gonna be able to heal him enough to keep him from getting killed. Like, the problem is, even if you heal EW, he's gonna get hit by like 5 people. So you cannot heal enough to keep him from like, he's gonna die. Because even if you get the maximum amount of healing on a single heal, he's gonna get hit 5 times. So unless you could somehow over-heal him to the, like, even if you got him back up to full health, he would still be dead. Because he's gonna get hit 5 times. Yeah, I mean, I'm not worried about that. Like, if I know he's gonna die, then... I mean, I can still use him to the best of my ability to try to, you know, kill as many of these donkeys as we can. But it doesn't change the fact that no matter what we do, he's going to die. And putting you in danger to try to keep him alive for one more turn, I don't like... And it's not gonna keep him alive for one more turn, is the thing. And again, I know I just said I don't want to save Scum, but this is one of those missions where I'm very tempted to save Scum on this one. Because I refuse to believe that with 6 enemies, that somehow we just, like, bam, 6 people and just go to total loss. That's a little bit excessive. I mean, we could just set the charges, yeah. And here's the other thing. Here's the other problem. And this is the thing that's... This might be a run ender, chat. And I know that sounds dumb. But here's the thing. Even if we evac, every soldier that we leave behind is no track tension. These aren't even close to top tier enemies. I mean, technically the Viper King is a top tier enemy, but the rest of these guys are fucking fodder. We're getting screwed by extremely shitty rolls here. But here's the thing. This is why I say this could potentially be a run-ender, chat. Everything we lose if we evacuate is gone forever. That means if we leave 6 bodies on the field, that's 6 high-tech weapons gone. That's 6 medkits gone. If we have to leave EW, that's EW and all of that expensive equipment, including the mech chassis itself, gone. We don't have the supplies or the raw materials to recover from that kind of loss. And that equipment is literally the only thing even giving us a chance right now. If we had to go back to using regular Kevlar armor and bullets, this would have gone worse a whole lot faster. Like, if we lose that much equipment and that many veteran people this late in the campaign, I am not afraid to say that could very literally be a run ender. Because we're losing high quality personnel, we're losing very expensive and hard to replace equipment, and we're losing it all on a mission with 6 fucking enemies. Yeah, that would essentially be the beginning of a death spiral, track tension. It could very well be the beginning of the end, because we're already, like, we're still recovering from the Avenger defense. We still haven't fully recovered from that. And then the previous mission that we just did put us in a really bad position where a bunch of people got injured. Like, you see what I'm saying, though? We're not even playing on Commander difficulty anymore. And we're just getting fucked by these terrible rolls. Like, these, hey, you know, I'm gonna shoot across the map and hit you for full damage in full cover. Not once, not twice, but 3 fucking times. Like, that's a little excessive. Poll time. Okay, chat says, look, I know you guys are calling for a poll because you know I'm never gonna restart on my own, and you figure if I just put up a poll, then, you know, I can say it was your decision. But that's fine. That's fine. I already know what you're gonna say, but I'm gonna give you the option anyway. There you go. 2 minutes, chat. If you don't see the poll, refresh. You should see it at the top of your screen. Give it a go. I get. To the surprise of absolutely no one, you guys have voted overwhelmingly in favor of restarting the mission. Again, I'm not a fan of saves coming, but I also don't want to scuff this entire campaign. Like, if we end up in a death spiral, then basically what ends up happening is I spend the next stream or 2 trying to recover and then ultimately failing, and then the campaign is over anyway. So rather than that, I would rather just restart the entire mission and do it again. So that's what we'll do. On the plus side, there's literally only 1 squad that we can put together, so we don't... Well, you know what? Chat, hold on. Hold on. Rap with me. This is a black site mission, which means it's not going anywhere. We don't have to immediately do the mission. We could wait a couple of days and let some more of our people heal up. Because, again, we only got 6 fucking people that we can send on this mission. Like, our squad, we don't have any flexibility in our squad comp. Because it's just those 6 people. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, Track Tension. I don't like taking... I might take 1 rookie into the field this late in the game, but I don't like taking more than 1 into the field this late because you just get stomped. But we didn't really have a choice on that one because we only had 6 people that weren't injured. So by waiting a little bit, we will get some more people. Like, most of our people are well, a lot of our people are less than a day away from being fully healed. And that alone will give us a lot more options. So we'll go back to the geoscape, and again, I apologize, chat. I never like restarting missions, but I also don't want to scuff the whole campaign. Like that was my fear, is that this was gonna be one of those, the campaign is over, we just don't know it yet kind of things. How we could do Alloys, we could always go back here and try to finish up this intel while we wait for some people to get healed up. And another op may trigger in that time. You never know.
Avenger plotting new course.
So yeah, this is that was a different timeline, chat. It was a different timeline. We'll call it the headcanon. We used the giant purple glowy room and we saw the future and decided maybe it wasn't maybe it wasn't the time to take that black site. Alright, so Travis is finally done with his training as a gunner. Which means we can now stick another person into the training school to get their class. No, that's not... Back up, there we go. Guerrilla Tactics School, that's what we want. Alright. So I know, before anybody else types anything in chat, I know that Track Tension and General Quarters are both in the chat right now. So the first one of you to say something gets to pick your class. The other one's gonna have to wait. Ready, set, go. No, you fucking donkeys. You don't count. Well, there you go. General Quarters was quicker on the draw. Alright, here we go. Here are our classes. We got Infantry, Rocketeer, Sentinel. These are all things that you guys should be familiar with. We've seen these classes before. Infantry, of course, Backbone, Assault Rifle. We've got the Rocketeer, which gives you rocket launcher abilities. We've also got Sentinel, which is good for Overwatch and that kind of thing. And then we got 2 Sharpshooter classes. We got Sharpshooter with a grenade launcher and or a sawed-off shotgun. And then we've got a Sharpshooter with potentially a grenade launcher with Combat Engineer and Support. So, General Quarters, the choice is yours. Understand that as a sniper, you may not be getting as much field time as the other guys because a sniper is a very, very difficult class to use in this game. It is a class that forces you to not move in order to fire your main weapon in a game that forces you to play as aggressively as possible. So, just be aware of that. In the original XCOM, snipers were OP as fuck, and so to compensate, they nerfed them into the ground so that they're basically useless. But the choice is yours. I will try to get you in as much as I can, even if you choose to be a sharpshooter, General Quarters. But understand that my willingness to put you in missions is going to diminish significantly if you're using a sniper rifle. No, Reploid. It's not that they're too lazy to make them good, it's that they actively made them less useful. But I've said my piece, so General Quarters, you have to make the decision. You see the classes? You see the secondaries and the tertiaries? It's your call to make. Don't get me wrong, chat. I'm not saying that snipers are fucking useless. Snipers can be very, very useful. But understand that XCOM 2, and especially XCOM 2 the way that I have it modded, rewards aggressive play over passive play. And snipers do not like to move because they literally can't shoot if they move. Which means in a game where I am constantly being forced to push forward and aggressively engage with the enemy, a sniper is not always going to be useful in those situations. General Quarter says, I like rockets and killing A's on their turn. So does, I mean, am I to take that you want to play as the infantry, or would you rather infantry? Okay. Again, don't think that I'm trying to coerce you out of taking a sharpshooter class. Just understand that sharpshooters are not the be-all, end-all, uber powerful super class that they were in the first XCOM game. They are not that, for sure. But you say infantry. Infantry it is. Alright, now another thing that I thought about, and I don't know if it actually costs anything, but we have this, chat. We have conditioned soldier. So what conditioning a soldier is that once you reach a certain rank, we can put you in to essentially give you an upgrade. And this is a one-time deal. You can only do this once per soldier. But we can give you more aim, more HP, mobility, dodge, pretty much any stat. Essentially, I can pick one stat that you have once you hit a certain rank, and we can upgrade it by a roughly randomized amount. So to give you an idea, aim conditioning. Once it rolls back over. Specialized training, focusing on improving aim while granting ability points and new abilities. Because your combat intelligence is above average, you will get an aim bonus between +2 and +5, as well as +10 better critical chance for this particular person. And it's like that for all of them. Unfortunately, we do have to put you in for 8 days, which makes you unavailable for those 8 days, but it's something else we can do to make our troops better. So BLM, so here's the thing. Snipers in the base game can get, I think they call it snapshot or something like that, where snipers get an ability that lets them move and shoot at an aim penalty. And the thing is, like, snipers already usually have super high aim anyway, and the aim penalty is only like -10 or something. So like, yeah, once you get to that, the sniper becomes extremely useful because then they can move and shoot. The only problem is, with the way that the skill trees are done with Amalgamation, you aren't guaranteed to get snapshot with your sniper. So just because the sniper class could potentially get snapshot doesn't mean that you specifically will get snapshot. Whereas in the base game, it is guaranteed. It's just part of the skill tree. But here, because the skill trees are randomized, it's not guaranteed. You may not get snapshot at all. Capsty, bugger all? What's bugger all, Capsty? Anyway. But yeah, we have additional training that we can put our people in for as well. Speaking of... I as always, I'll volunteer myself. Just to see, because I don't know if this is going to cost anything or if it's just a time thing. Do we want to... I mean, aim is good, mobility is good, dodge is good, will is better. Honestly, I like mobility. I really like mobility. Chad, it's either gonna be mobility or it's gonna be will. I think it's gonna be mobility. I really like mobility. Like, the ability to reposition is super useful in this game. Okay, so it doesn't cost anything except time. Good to know. Now we know, chat. So once you get up to, I think it's rank sergeant, we'll be able to do some physical conditioning to increase one of your skills. I made the choice for myself, as always. I'm making myself the guinea pig first to make sure that I'm not fucking anybody else's dildo. Alright, so. What else do we got going on? We're still working on the Shadow Project. How many people are still wounded? Let's see. Okay, so we still got a few people that are wounded for at least a week. We got Crappy Sniper and Erst are gonna be out in a couple of days. So that'll give us a much better roster of soldiers that we can lean on. Don't worry, chat. We're going back to that black site. I'm not giving up on that fucking black site.
Strategic resource located.
Okay, so we got 40 intel, which brings us up to 45? Alright, alright. We could go for this black site instead, chat. Nope, that's 60 intel. Never mind. Never mind. It's a little too much intel. What else do we got? We got alloy and Illyrium crystals. We got prototype items in 8 days. I don't think we're ever gonna get that. That's pretty much it. Those are the only events on the map. So it's either that or we go, like, to Reaper HQ. You know what? We could... Here's what we do. We go to
Avenger
Templar
plotting
HQ.
new course.
We're gonna go to Templar HQ and heal our people a little bit faster. Chosen Retribution. Chosen has clamped down on resistance activities in South America. Oh no.
The elders never had any issues targeting civilians, and their chosen.
All right,
are
let's
no
see about
different.
getting our people
The
healed up a little
resistance is
faster.
counting on us to protect their
Rage
people. Can't
suit.
let them
The nearly
down.
impenetrable skin of the Berserker Queen functions superbly as a bodysuit, granting incredible protection, resistance, and mobility. The Rage suit also features a mechanism to rapidly spike adrenaline in the wearer, enabling them to rush enemies for powerful melee attacks. All right. Assign new project, I guess. What else can we do? Choose project. Honestly, not a whole lot going on. Crew tasks, field research, supply gathering, alien alloys, Illyrium crystals, Illyrium core. I mean, we need more research. We need more intel, chat. So if we can spend 15 days with our engineers to get us more intel, I think that's a good use of our time. So let's go ahead and put them on some intel gathering. And Mind Out repriming for 5 months with a salute in the chat. Well, salute to you as well, Mind Out, and thanks for the 5 months of Prime support. For those of you that don't know, Amazon Prime lets you subscribe to one Twitch channel for free. So Mind Out, I appreciate you choosing to use that free subscription here. Spider suit, Spider suit doesn't provide as much protection as the Predator armor, and right now what we need is protection. More than anything. What's our other upgrade? Okay, nothing that we really need right now. Alright, chat. There. Let's head back to the Geoscape. I think we just continue to heal our people up real quick. Spend just a little bit of time here. Alright, hold up. We just had a bunch of people get healed, so let's go back and check, see how many more people we still got injured. Okay. Outstanding. It's looking much, much better. Much, much better. Alright, chat, what do you think? Think we go back? Go back to the black site? Get it done right this time? I think we do. Let me go ahead and save, just in case anything went wrong. Horribly, horribly wrong. Let's see. There we go. It's definitely not a save scum. Chat, we didn't save scum. It's a different timeline. We were looking into the future.